From the Oklahoma newsroom, this is an OU update with Jason Kersey. I'm Jenny Carlson. Jason, NFL draft has come and gone, but several Sooners got taken, and a little bit surprising that no first-round draftee, but we thought that could happen with Dorial Green-Beckham and or Jordan Phillips falling. But those guys did get taken early on the second day on Friday, but some other guys got taken too, right?
Yeah, the biggest surprise to me, well, a couple of things. I think Geno Grissom going in the third round is very interesting. This is a really talented guy, and OU could never quite figure out what to do with him. They tried him at defensive end, they tried him at tight end, they tried him at linebacker last year. So to me, he was a really interesting pick in the third round by the New England Patriots, which says, that the champs see something in him. And so it'll be real interesting to see how he's used in the NFL. And then secondly, Blake Bell going in the fourth round. That's remarkable considering he's only played 1 year at the tight end position and really didn't have all the opportunity to do that much last year in the passing game just because it was so bad for most of the year. So the fact that he impressed scouts enough through this pre-draft process is really impressive.
Well, we saw those guys that you mentioned, Tyrus Thompson on the offensive line. We saw, I think, 6 total and 7 if you count Green-Beckham in the list. And some people may be saying, now wait, how can that many guys get taken and OU to have struggled last year so badly? So what's the answer to that question?
Well, a couple of things. For one, I've said this before, they were right there in a lot of games early, and then once they lost the second game of the year, I think the wheels kind of came off. But the other thing is, you notice that none of the people drafted for OU were quarterbacks, wide receivers, or defensive backs. And those are the 3 positions you have to have in the Big 12. And OU didn't have them last year. And so, yes, they had a lot of people drafted, but the positions where they struggled the most, it was obvious in the draft.
Lastly, free agent signees, always interesting to see who goes where coming out of the draft, guys who weren't picked, but teams were interested and they got to basically choose where they went in a lot of instances. Who do you like among those free agent signees that maybe you could see making a roster down the road?
Well, Adam Shedd, to me, is the one probably with the best chance, just because he was a really good player at OU. He started a lot of games. He had some injury problems. I think that's the biggest thing that probably held him back. But he's a good player, and you could definitely see him sticking in Chicago. Another guy that I didn't mention earlier that got drafted is Aaron Ripkowski to Green Bay, which we were talking about earlier makes perfect sense. I mean, he would seem to fit in perfectly in that sort of environment.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, thanks, Jason. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.